What's up, everybody? It is the Best Spot Kid Smooth, and I'm back with another video. And today I want to talk about Final Fantasy 16. It seems people have beef with me and my take. There was some sort of report that came out that Square Enix is panicking because Final Fantasy 16's pre-orders are tracking below Final Fantasy, I think, 15. And excuse me, I tweeted that third party AAA PS5 exclusives traditionally flop. Bad sign for Final Fantasy 16. Good. And personally, I made a tweet. I find nothing wrong with what I said. There's actually data that backs up what I said if people want to look it up. But people are offended, like they always get. Boxhead, beady eyes, list speaking, desktop dwelling, PlayStation 5 dwelling geeks are offended because I think it's good if Final Fantasy 16 flops. And it's good for this reason only. I'll give my point before I react to people's tweets against me. I think it's good for a couple reasons. Me, if you guys know me now, I'm not a fan of third-party publishers making third-party multi-plat IPs as exclusives. And this happens with PlayStation a lot. Like freaking a Metal Gear would be a random Metal Gear would be a PlayStation exclusive. Remember, I think MGS4, a fucking random Street Fighter game would be a PlayStation exclusive. Street Fighter 5, like bullshit like that. Like just happens. Like just because. And I'm not a fan of that. It's not good practice. I think it's dumb. And it's a self-inflicting wound to any publisher that does that. I've always been against that. I'm not like obviously I'm not really against like new IPs being that are like and they want to test out a platform and see that's how obviously games like Gears of War and stuff was born. That's different. I'm talking about like existing IP such as the Street Fighter, such as the Spider-Man, such as and Spider-Man I don't give too much heat because it is is done by a first party studio, whatever. But the stuff like Street Fighter, the stuff like Final Fantasy, I think it's just stupid. It's stupid. And Square Enix is notorious for doing these these illiterate deals, these remedial deals, and then they act surprised when the numbers ain't adding up. So I'm not a fan of that. And me saying third party AAA PS5 exclusive traditionally flop, they've all have flopped. Think of every third party PS5 exclusive. If is any of them successful? Deathloop, when ZeniMax did that, flopped. Great game, flopped. Ghostwire, I like Ghostwire Tokyo. I like it more than Deathloop, but as a PS5 exclusive, it's no longer exclusive now. It flopped. What else game freaking flopped that came out as a PlayStation exclusive? I can't even think of all the games that they came out. Oh, Forspoken flopped. That was a commercial flop and a critical flop on both ends. What else did they do? Remember Death Stranding? Death Stranding is not even in the PS5, but that was a PS4 exclusive at the time. But I don't give that game heat because it was a new IP. I don't recall the last, like I know Final Fantasy 7 remake might been somewhat of a success, but generally if you look up all the games that they did PS5 exclusives for and it's a third party game, or they traditionally didn't turn out well. Either it commercially flopped or it critically flopped. And then I'm not saying that Final Fantasy 16 is going to be a bad game. I don't think it's going to be a bad game. I think it's going to be a more attractive game, more approachable game. It's literally Devil May Cry in the Final Fantasy universe. So that it would be a game I would literally play. It would be a game I would literally play. But my thing is that Final Fantasy 15 can come on Xbox. Final Fantasy, all these other Final Fantasy games can exist on Xbox. Strangers of Paradise, Crisis Core, but Final Fantasy. It's like why fragment the community? Why fragment the IP so much? Like PlayStation is not that great. And so yeah, I don't. So if it flops, I don't care. I'm happy about it. It's not that and people say I'm wishing for it, but I'm happy about it because I hope it flopping discourages Square Enix and any other stupid publisher uh from doing these deals. They should stop doing these stupid exclusive deals. Like if my thing is, if you want PlayStation, like if PlayStation, like give them a new IP, make them public. If PlayStation said, no, Epic, Square Enix, this is what we're going to do, and like how Microsoft, when Microsoft, because people going to call me a hypocrite, when Microsoft took on Tomb Raider, right? What did they do? They publish the game. They publish the game. If PlayStation's like, you know what, we want publishing rights, we want to publish this game. It's going to be exclusive. It's going to be published. You know what I mean? We recognize this is a Square Enix IP, but it's going to be published by PlayStation, whatever. Same thing what Xbox did with the not Devil May Cry, Dead Rising series. They traditionally publish those games, right? So like a lot of people are coming for my head on this one. You know, Odie, he always got something to say. Passion for gaming. I don't know how to take that, but a lot of people think I'm in over my head with my comment. Didn't say anything wrong. Didn't say anything that was false either. Do you even play Final Fantasy games smooth? This is just some of my games I'm playing. Most I played and beat long ago, and now adding trophies to my profile. They sell well. He said the wrong sell. They sell well on PlayStation to the point Xbox gamers beg for them on their platform just to never play them. I hate when people do this. When they'll point out one individual, right? Like me or anyone else, and then they put that on the entire Xbox community. They begged. Who begged? You know what I mean? I didn't beg for a single Final Fantasy game. I just criticized why some of them don't come. I don't beg for games. I'll ask, I'll inquire, hey, when is this coming to Xbox? Why is it not coming to Xbox? I'm not saying, please put this on Xbox. But how do you indicate I don't represent the entire Xbox community? A group of people begging for games don't represent the entire Xbox community. That's horrible. And the thing is, they get so mad and butthurt over what I'm saying because they can't really challenge what I'm saying because I'm not saying anything wrong. They put up trophies and achievements and go through my files. I bet what he won't show you is all the games I do play, all the games that I've beaten, all the games that I got 100% completion on. He won't put my gamer score against his trophy card. So he shows the one, I think the Final Fantasy 15, which I played. I didn't really care too much about it. I've also played Crisis Core, and I think I've also played Stranger Paradise, but do I even have that game, Stranger? How did I play Stranger Paradise? I'm surprised it's not showing up on my profile. Was it the demo or the full game? I feel like I played Stranger Paradise. It must have been the demo. It must have been the demo because I was contemplating buying the game, but I feel like I got that game. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But they do this like it's like, okay, because you played more Final Fantasy games than me, or you beat them, or you're a fan of the game, I'm not allowed to criticize Square Enix for making their game exclusive to PlayStation. Why? If you look through my profile, and my profile's public, I don't hide it, have no reason to hide it. If you look through my profile, you'll find a handful, no, about a pair of hands and a pair of feet full of Square Enix games that I've beaten, that I exhausted, that I've played. Square Enix was a prominent publisher that had multiple types of games, and a lot of their types of games I enjoyed. But what people who haven't been following me understood is my opinion on Square Enix changed when they sold off what I feel like their better half, and which is the people that made Square Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, Crystal Dynamics, Adios Montreal. Like I respected those developers. They sold that off. They sold all those IPs. So it's like, those are the actual games that I play, and they're stuck with the stuff that they own that only supports PlayStation. And so Yeah, I feel some type of way about it. I think they make stupid decisions. I think their business practices, their business models is all trash. And I've been consistent with my message and how I feel about Square Enix for a long time, since that acquisition, since the way they treated Tomb Raider, since the way they went about the whole Avengers thing. Like I've had a consistent attitude against Square Enix. I have a consistent attitude because the way they treated their Western studios, their Western IPs. I've had a consistent uh disappointment in Square Enix, and people say I can't speak on Square Enix because I don't play Final Fantasy. Like it's an ultimate cop out, and I think a lot of you guys are corny for that attitude. It's a corny because you can't challenge anything that I say. So another L from you. Take another L. I don't know where the L is because you still haven't challenged what I said. Again, another one like Dark Cloud Gaming. You don't even play these games. This is weird behavior. It's not weird. It's like the whole F around find out method, right? They want to fuck around and be like, you know what, we're going to exclude all these other platforms of people, millions and millions of people that play games on other platforms in favor of the PlayStation. How you going to find out? Your game ain't going to sell as much. Why is that weird behavior? Why is that a problem for recognizing, okay, you know, so far during the PlayStation 5 life cycle, a lot of these third-party AAA exclusive don't perform to where they need to. And that's been factual. And Final Fantasy is going to be another example. So yeah, DC, it doesn't matter if I don't play those games. I play games in general. I played a lot of Square Enix games in general. I played enough to have an opinion about them, and I speak on games whether I play them or not. I speak on I have the right to have an opinion. You know, you can't gatekeep people having an opinion. Like that's the problem that's wrong with gaming right now, and everybody in this community. They have these stupid ass mentalities where they think they can gatekeep who can speak and who can't speak about games. It's a horrible mentality. Yep, don't care. Again, people put into the games that I played. It is what it is. You know, you guys, none of you guys is gonna outgame me. I play more games than the average person, to the point where I have to take breaks and actually be a family man and actually live a life instead of sitting behind a monitor for hours on off the day. You know what I mean? So, but if you look at my library of games, I'm very diverse, play a lot of different things, whether it's action, adventure, select RPGs, indies, and I play all sorts of games. And so nobody's really messing with me on the video game thing. So keep doing this stuff. That doesn't change how I feel about Square Enix and their stupid business practices. Again, look at this. Let's see how many of these green clowns have bought Street Fighter, Diablo. Can't wait to see the data to say idiots. They can't even spell again to this community of useless fake gamers. Again, anybody you want to call me a useless fake gamer? Just my profiles are public. PlayStation, Xbox, it's all public. It's all public. So what is a fake gamer? What is a real gamer? What do you have to do to be a real gamer? Huh? What does it require? Because right now it's a matter of opinion. Right now, I'm a fake gamer because my opinion don't align with yours. I'm a fake gamer because I'm not a fan of Square Enix anymore. I'm a fake gamer because I think releasing Final Fantasy 16 as an exclusive is a stupid idea. And I wouldn't. I think it'd be good if the game flopped because of that decision. That doesn't make me a fake gamer. Final Fantasy lives in this guy's head rent free, and you live in and I live in your head rent free. What's your name? Revenants. Horizon Zero Omega says Xbox Sperm Eater hoping for Final Fantasy 16 flop because it's not on his precious flop box Series X. The game isn't even out yet until June 22nd. I don't care when the game comes out. I think the game's still gonna flop. My reasoning isn't based off of it just come to that. The problem is that people are selective. they don't challenge my opinion when I do this with every major third party that released, like when Capcom did that stupid ass 8-bit Mega Man game, when the people that did Oxenfree and the Oxenfree 2, the people that what's the other game that launched on oh man, there was another game that launched on Xbox. Is it not Triangle Strategy? It was Octopath, like the Octopath follow up not coming up, another dumbass Square Enix decision. Like, I've challenged a lot of these type of releases, but a lot of people think this is something new. This is nothing new. This is just like, I'm the most consistent person on here. Like, and this dude says, I've never heard from this dude in my life. Dog Trainer, I'm not going back and forth with you, buddy. I'm sure real gamers monitoring all your online activity already. Good day. Don't know who this is. Never interacted with him, so I don't even know why he's talking. And he's apparently, is pretty much what he just said is he's monitoring all my online activity. So he's pretty much playing me more than he plays games right now. And hopefully he platinums me. King Dave CEO, see whatever this dude is. This is King _ 249 says this is borderline insanity. I hope this game is successful. Hey, if it's successful, great. If it flops, great, even better. This ain't smooth. Come on, bro. This ain't it. It is it. This is Christopher Hart. This is the type of person who tries to roast you, but doesn't understand what he's roasting. So my statement says, third party, AAA, PlayStation 5 exclusives traditionally flop. Bad sign for Final Fantasy 16. What does he do? He takes a screenshot of Final Fantasy 7 remake for the PS4's Metacritic score. I never mentioned anything about Final Fantasy 16 being a bad game or that it's going to score, a 60 or something like that. It's going to rate badly. It has nothing to do with that. I don't think it's going to be a poorly rated game at all. I just don't think it's going to be a success, a big time seller. It's not going to sell like your traditional first party PlayStation exclusives. It's not going to do that. It probably won't even sell more than Final Fantasy 7 remake. So that's just pretty much what I'm saying. It has nothing to do. It's like it make his rebuttal makes no sense because he's inserting another argument into my post. No one so far has been able to accurately challenge my original tweet. Again, somebody else showing pictures of sales on Final Fantasy 15 between Xbox and PS4. It doesn't matter what you show me here. And he's using VG Charge. So let's see what he's trying to do. The Xbox, I think, ultimately overall sold 1.14 million if we're to believe these sales. Okay. And the PlayStation 4 version sold 5 million. So 5 million to 1 million. So you're telling me, I'm not even going to count the PC or anything like that. You're telling me for Square Enix, they said, damn, in retrospect, we had rather sold only 5 million PS4 copies than 6.14 million overall copies. We'd rather sell 1 million less on PS4 than to sell whatever we would get, including other platforms. What are you trying to prove with this? What are you trying to, at the end of the day, if it's not on Xbox, there's nothing to sell on Xbox. So pretty much you and Square Enix will happily lose out on at least 1 million units sold in favor of whatever you're going to cap out on the PlayStation, which in this case is this Final Fantasy that sold 5 million. This is a screenshot of 5 million on a PS4. Did it stop selling? So Final Fantasy 16 is supposed to sell what, double, triple that? Or is it going to sell about that? We'll see. We'll see, guys. We will see. And I like when they do this, when they start tagging their butt buddies. They start tagging J Dub and King Thrash. And I hate when corny ass people do that. They're not known, right? I'm probably not gonna pay attention to these shitty ass tweets. So what they do is it was like, I gotta like fire it. I gotta get the trolls in to protect me. I gotta power drive on. I gotta get some help. Gotta get some help from like toxic people. Oh my god, let me yeah, look what he said. Like, you corny. You are corny. You're whack. You're whack. This is the form of, and I'm not saying I'm offended by this. This is a form of the cyberbullying. This is what people do in high school. They link on to like the bullies in high school, middle school, and to get their licks in, right? They're like, yeah, and joining on a fun. And they do the same thing online. The sad thing is these are probably like 40 plus doing shit like this, and it's really corny, really corny. But my thought is for Final Fantasy, yeah, Final Fantasy 16, the Square Enix need to learn their lesson by this game flopping as a PlayStation exclusive. When it flops, hopefully that will, allow them to fast track whatever their PC release, and hopefully they can earn more sales there. And if they eventually come to Xbox, whatever, but it's they need to learn a lesson. Like they do this all the time. It puts a sour taste in people's mouth, and decisions like this won't make Xbox come running to Square Enix. It's only going to make them go running to Bandai Namco, who makes better games than Square Enix. It's only going to make them run to Capcom, who makes better games than Square Enix. And it's only going to make them run to Sega, who makes better games than Square Enix and have a better relationship overall with Xbox. And that's pretty much that. So my thoughts are, my thoughts stand. No one has taken me off that thought. Third party AAA, PS5 exclusive, traditionally flop, and it's a bad sign for Final Fantasy 16. And I think that is a good thing. I think Final Fantasy 16 will flop, and I think it's good if it does flop. So if you like this video, hit the like button. If you don't, I'll hear about it in the comment section or the thumbs down section. At the end of the day, I really don't care. I'm not buying Final Fantasy 16 anyway. I'll play the demo when they put it out. Hopefully it's decent, but the game looks like some mashup between a game from Platinum Games and Devil May Cry with some pretty paint over it. Looks nothing like, a Final Fantasy game. It's like I said, it's my type of action game personally. So, I might actually even like it, but it's more the reason why I think it should be everywhere than to just being a PlayStation 5 exclusive. But that's my video for today, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you check out Playing Xbox episode 3, powered by Weapon Wheel Podcast. Got a special episode coming at you guys live on the Patreon, which will feature, me, Addict, Rand, ACG. Great episode. As always, guys, Xbox is the best box. I am the best bot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. I'm out of here. Peace.